Alright, so this is going to be one of the live execution videos if we get a trade today. Okay, so we have news at 10. I'm gonna wait for the news and I'm gonna see which liquidity it attacks first. Okay, so my bias is it attacks the equal highs first before heading lower to Monday's low. Okay, at any point in time, right, the equal highs is here. At any point in time, if we run the Monday's low first, then I will be looking for the equal highs as the drawn liquidity. At the same time, price is below true opens. Okay, for today, the minimum requirement for shorting is price have to be above true opens. Okay, and for longs as well, price has to be below true opens. So right now price is currently below true opens, so I'm not that interested in shorts so far. Okay, due to the fact that we have those highs above, I'm not too, I don't really like those highs there. Okay, at the same time, they are new week opening gaps. The new opening gap is right around this level here, the weekly fair value gaps low. So let's see what we get at 10 a.m. So far we have SMTs on the highs, if you're comparing it to Dow Jones, right? That's the only confluence I have for Monday lows, and right now this could be the potential proportion of the block. Okay, this green up close candle here, this is the 5 minutes BPR, and then we have the breaker down here. So let's see if it wants to respect this level here to go lower. Okay, challenging price action today. Right, so any closing prices above the 5 minutes BPR, I'm going to look for longs into this area. Below the 5 minutes BPR, most likely is gonna look for Monday's low. Okay, so because the news driver is in Q3, I'm gonna wait for Q4 for any form of executions if possible. Right, 922 true opens right down here, so right now we are above it. Your trades below here, that's a good opportunity for longs, basically the order block down here. Okay, there's two down close candles, and we have a fair value gap as well. So let's see. Right, so it seems like the news is quite a bummer. Nothing much really. I will be focusing on this high here. This will be your 1 minute inversion fair value gap if it ever trades above it. Okay. we have the 30 minutes inversion fair value gap right here as well, but however price is not closing above just yet. Okay, so we have a candle closing above that 30 seconds inversion fair value gap here. Alright, I want to see if price is able to close above the 1 minute inversion fair value gap. Alright, so at this point in time, any prices closing below or trading below this swing low here, I am going to look for shorts. Okay. So any fair value gaps above this level here, above the BPR, I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna look for the equal highs above. Any fair value gaps. We have a breaker here. Right, if you can get to 730 price, I'm gonna buy. My stops will be here. Right, 730 or below. That's the minimum requirement, because the thing is that it's a low probability market condition here. I'm not trying to push any buttons. Right, so you have that fair value gap with the breaker down here. Right, if it runs, then it runs. Okay, I'm not too concerned about it. Right, so minimum requirement, I repeat again, it's going to be below, it's going to be touching 730. Okay, so this is going to be a stop hunt, I assume, which means we're going to have a strong reaction higher. Let's take a look at the 5 minutes. Right, so we have a 5 minutes fair value gap forming. What about the 1 minute? 1 minute we have the fair value gap here as well. Right, so I haven't pressed any buttons just yet, because as I've mentioned, 10:07. Okay, I'm only trading in Q4. I'm gonna wait for Q4. Right, so now this swing high here will be the validation for higher prices. If it forms a swing high right here. Right now it's 10:07. we have a closing candle within this fair value gap here. So best case scenario, this candle should be should not close within this fair value gap. Okay, if it closes within this fair value gap like what's doing it now, it's going to be low probability. Alright, so low probability here. Right now we're in 10:08. So as you can see, price is trading to the end of this busy here. It's not a good sign, because we have this breaker as well. So it's starting to turn into the favor of having this as turtle soup. So we just have to see the price action for now. Okay, right now I'm waiting for any swing highs to be formed on the 30 seconds, and if there is a swing high, then I'm gonna use that as my validation for higher prices if price trades above that swing high. Okay, I'm not in a rush to do anything right now. We're still having that 5 minutes fair value gap, and at the same time we're only like 1 minute away. Alright, so the only swing high that's present is this swing high here. So let's see. Okay, any lows formed in this candle will be the 5 minutes fair value gap, 5 minutes busy. Okay, right, so best case scenario, I want to see price trade below that, below this low here if possible at 10:10, after 10:10. Best case scenario, right? So it's either this low here or this swing high here. Okay, right, so right here you have that 5 minutes busy. So I'm gonna use that 5 minutes BC instead of that 1 minute inversion fair value cap. Alright, so we tag the BC. I want to see immediate reaction after the swing low is formed. If I do not get that, then we're probably wrong on the draw liquidity above. This right here, I treat this as a proportion order block. So let's see. 5 minutes. Right here. 30 seconds. Okay, so now we're trading below this low. We're trading below this potential proportion on the block, and we're trading below that busy, so it's very fickle. Okay, this will be the line in the sand for me, in my opinion. Right, so we can come up into here and then sell off. Let's see. I'm going to use this as BPR for additional confluence. Okay, once it closes below here and it respects this fair value gap right here, after the swing low is formed right here, I'm gonna look for shorts into Monday's low. Okay, pretty simple here. Alright, I think this candle here is the last defense for this CB here. If this candle does not displace below the CB, I think we're gonna go higher. Alright, so around 5 more seconds for this closing price. For this candle to close. Right, so I think we will be looking for higher prices for now. Okay. At the same time, we are getting close to that 5 minutes candle closing. So as long as the 5 minutes candle closing above the consequent encroachment, everything will be good to go. Okay. Right now, this bullish order block should support the price to go higher due to the fact that it has purged a swing low here. Right. Looking for short-term swing highs, this high here. Right, and if price trades above the swing high and it creates a fair value gap, that's a good entry for me. Right now I'm actively looking to enter. Okay, it needs to have a fair value gap above, trading above this swing high, right? If it does not have a fair value gap, then I don't have a trade. Very simple here. Right, 5 minutes closing price above this BC, that's good. Right, this low is a potential fair value gap here. Right, so 10 more seconds. Right, if it creates another fair value gap, then I think that's a, let's see how far it is from this fair value gap. I think I'm gonna stick to this fair value gap here. It's also that 1 minute fair value gap, so try not to get too caught up. Alright, I have my positions entered. So now my stop is here, this swing low. I need to see aggressive price action above these highs. I'm probably gonna cut short my trade, which means I'm not targeting this high here, right? Because the fact that it's a low probability condition, so I'm being really cautious with my trades. Okay, best case scenario, this move is going to be completed by 10:30. Okay, right here. $10.07. We are about halfway through this micro quarter, so price should really need to start moving now. Okay, for me, I need to see speed above this high if it gets there. Right, so far it's using this fair value gaps here, this fair value gap for multiple tags, okay, and it's good that price is supporting it, right? Nobody closing below this fair value gap just yet. Right, because it's been quite a while, I'm gonna move my stops here. Fill. What is this? I think it's a glitch. So now I can only manually exit. Okay. Right, I need to see speed now because we are close to the end of this quarter. Any price trading below here, I'm gonna exit. Okay. Manual stop loss below this swing low here, because I can't seem to adjust it. In I think by 25, if I don't see this high taken out, I'm gonna close my positions. 25 is right here. About 3 more minutes. Right, so any prices below this swing low here, it's gonna be my stop loss. Okay. Don't really want to see any price closing below 730 for now. This is not looking good. Okay, I'm gonna close my positions here. I don't like the market structure on the lower time frames. And because this high here, ES took out this high, but NQ has yet to take out this high, and at the same time NQ, it's the more bullish indices, okay, among the Dow Jones and ES. So this is tough, okay, tricky session here. Right, so price hasn't been doing anything since like the start of 9. It's just range bound. Okay, so missing out on any moves here, it's totally fine. Right, this swing low here, I think it's gonna be taken out. I'm not sure, but just in case, right? I'm not gonna risk any mental capital here. I mean, I'm not gonna spend any mental capital here with this price movement, right? Because I was expecting it to move at the minimum after the second half of this quarter. Okay, from 10:07 to 10:30. Second half of the quarter should give that low resistance liquidity run, but it did not do so. So right now, right here, let's see. Right now it's 2:26. So if I'm still in the trade, right, in any case or in any situation, if I'm still in the trade, my take profits will be this high here, the high over here. Right, so just about 3 more minutes to the end of this quarter. Maybe we get a better move in 10:30 onwards, fourth quarter of New York AM session. Right, so far 5 minutes it's been like this. So nothing high probability about this, and because we are in a chart here in Q3, I am anticipating a low resistance liquidity run during 10:30 to 12 noon. Right, my bias is still to the upside. I just did not want to take any losses, right? Because it's gonna take a toll on the mental capacity. So just chill, relax, right? And then let's see what happens at 10:30. If I'm right, my stop loss will be taken. If I'm wrong, the price just runs through the highs here at the very last minute. Right, it could happen. so glad I'm not in the trade anymore. Right, so I am right, I suppose it's going to take out this low. If it does not, then I would have manually exited right here as well. So it doesn't make any difference. Let's see at the last minute here. I mean the last 30 seconds. Alright, so it ran through my low, my stop low, stop hunt. I mean stop loss. Right? So low probability days, try not to push too hard. When it's time to close, we close it. Okay. And I think that's it for this session. Right? Nothing much really, but just basically reading price action. Okay, and I'm gonna end the recording here.